I can't believe that I'm doing this. You know, I woke up today and I was ready to play something different, but then I felt the urge to play Phantom Forces. So I had to jump through a lot of hoops, but I managed to get my account completely wiped anew. Rank 140, gone, never to be seen again. 40,000 kills, yeah, it doesn't matter. But I'm assuming that everybody who's watching this video has probably already watched God's Status and Oscar series, and before you guys ask if I got permission or not, ideas are not copyright. And respectfully, I'm gonna finish what Oscar couldn't. And if you're wondering about the well-being of Oscar, believe me, he's completely fine. He's just enjoying life. But that's besides the point, because I came here to reclaim my throne as Phantom Force's biggest YouTuber. So what better way to come back than to do a ranked 0 to 100 series? You know, make things interesting again. And the rules are pretty simple. I have to get to rank 100 only using the guns that are allowed within that rank, meaning that whatever gun is unlocked in that specific rank, I have to use. So yes, this does eventually mean that I will have to come across the Zip 22, but that's a whole nother thing for another time. Obviously, I can't go ahead and just buy guns and then use those instead of using the actual unlock. I have to physically unlock the guns. However, I can use my credits to buy attachments for said guns. However, I probably won't be doing that until really later on. So starting things off with rank 0. Rank 0 is a little bit complicated because there's a lot of guns within the rank that we actually have to use. So for this one in particular, I just went ahead and got 1 kill with each gun until I ranked up. So the first gun I used was the Intervention. And well, the Intervention is probably one of the most iconic weapons inside Phantom Forces. However, we can only get 1 kill with it, so here it is. After doing that, I went ahead and switched to my secondary, and I got a kill with the M9. Now, there's nothing too special about the M9, so I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but it's a pretty fun gun. After that, I went to one of the most broken guns inside the game, the Colt LMG, and unfortunately, we can only use it once again for 1 kill. But if you're trying to use a gun to level up and stuff, honestly, the Colt LMG is one of my go-tos, so it kind of sucks that we can't use it more, but it's okay. There's plenty of other fish in the sea. Once I got my kill with the Colt LMG, I went ahead and switched to the Glock 17 and also got my kill with that. Once again, the Glock 17, nothing really too special. It's a Glock, there's plenty of them. But our next kill is with the M4A1. The M4A1 is a perfect starter rifle just because it kind of reminds me of the M16A3, and it's really easy to use and pretty consistent. And our last gun of rank 0 is the MP5K, which once again is a pretty solid rank 0 weapon. Honestly, I would say it's one of the better ones. But I think I got maybe 3 kills with it, and then I finally unlocked our first official weapon, the KSG-12. Now, if you know anything about shotguns in this game, they're absolutely busted. And the KSG is really no exception. You don't need a single attachment on this thing to be a monster with it. And the best part about shotguns and Phantom Forces is the fact that they're not really limited by range that much. Up to 50 studs, this thing does 32 damage per pellet, and then it drops down to 12 damage after 90 studs. However, this thing shoots 8 pellets at once. So worst case scenario with the KSG-12, you're shooting maybe 2 or 3 times at somebody at range. But using the KSG-12 kind of made me realize how rusty I am at this game, because ever since I left Phantom Forces, I've been playing games like Counter-Strike and Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and the shotguns in their game, it's pretty straightforward. You aim at somebody and you shoot your gun. However, when you're hit firing in Phantom Forces, it's weird because it comes out of the barrel instead of the center of your screen. And you're gonna notice a lot of times throughout this video where I do try hit firing somebody only to realize that I'm aiming a little bit too close to the left or to the right. But overall, I enjoyed the KSG a lot. It was one of the more fun guns in this list. Unfortunately, it only took me 20 kills to level it up. Our next gun is actually a gun I never used before inside Phantom Forces because this gun was actually created after I left. This gun is none other than the M14, and you unlock it at rank 2. And honestly, first impressions of this gun are kind of mixed. I noticed that in Oscar's playthrough, he really enjoyed this gun, but honestly, I thought this gun was mediocre at best just because of the fact of the high recoil kick. Now, I don't doubt that attachments could easily fix this issue. However, when you're raw dogging it like me, it has a little kick to it. But that's because at close range up to 80 studs away, it does 40 damage, making it a 3-hit kill, and then it drops down to a 4-hit kill at 160 studs. And it also has the fire rate of 750 bullets per minute. This thing honestly is a close range powerhouse. I was shredding people with this gun. It was wild, it was really fun, and I only had to get 10 kills with it because I may or may not have not realized that I actually ranked up while using the KSG because I was having way too much fun with it. But overall, if you put attachments on this weapon, I don't see why this gun wouldn't be an absolute monster. However, if you can get past the kick, I think you'll be okay. But our next gun at rank 3 was actually the MK11. The MK11 has been in Phantom Forces for as long as I can remember, so I know my way around this gun. It does a solid 45 damage up to 110 studs, then it drops down to 38 damage past 160 studs, which still makes it a 3-hit kill at range. However, However, one thing that really bothers me about this gun that I noticed throughout using it is the fact that this gun doesn't one-shot headshot, which low-key is kind of ridiculous considering the fact that the next gun I'm about to use one-shots headshots and it's only a revolver. I also noticed with this gun in particular that I was hitting people for 99 quite often, which is mildly infuriating considering the fact that the other team was using AA-12s, shotguns, KS-23Ms, everything. It was painful, but I am kind of downplaying the MK11 a little bit. This gun is actually a powerhouse if you use it in the right hands, but I would say it's very situational. I would say you're probably better off going with an assault rifle instead of a DMR, but that's just me. But 27 kills later, we finally have reached rank 4, and rank 4, well, it was something, because our next gun is the MP4112 Rex, and if you know anything about this gun, there's a reason why you've never heard of it or you have never used it before. There are so many better pistol alternatives that it just makes no sense why you'd ever want to use this gun. The only good thing about this gun is the fact that it has a headshot multiplier of 3 times, meaning that since it does 56 damage up to 65 studs, you'd be doing at least 150 damage plus, which for whatever odd reason makes this gun a better sniper than the MK11. This gun is meant to reward you for getting headshots and firing slowly, but the problem is I don't like doing that. If you notice my gameplay, I'm a very fast-paced player. I am not patient, and I don't like shooting slow. So if you shoot fast with this thing, the recoil basically just goes straight up in the air, and you miss all your shots. So it was hard adjusting, but eventually after 22 kills, I was able to get to rank 5. And at rank 5, we actually have a fun gun, the UMP 45. But to be fair, anything sounds fun after using the MP412 Rex. But this gun at close range does over 43 damage up to 45 studs, and then it drops down to 22 damage after 150 studs, making it a 5-shot kill. This is a higher damaging PDW just because the simple fact this thing only has a fire rate of 650, but it still makes this thing an absolute powerhouse. Overall, getting the kills needed on the UMP45 was probably the easiest out of all the guns so far, but after cruising through rank 6, we had our first Carbine, the G36K. And coming from the UMP45, this gun just felt really mediocre. This is because at close range, it is a 4-hit kill at 33 damage to 60 studs. And to make things even worse, there's absolutely 0 torso multiplier, meaning that you're going to be hitting people for 4 hits no matter what range you're at. I will say though that this gun is better than the G36C, which is the rank you unlock at rank 7, just because the fact that this gun actually 5-hit kills at 20 damage at 130 studs, while the G36C does a 6-hit kill at 19 damage. It's kind of ridiculous. And to make matters even worse, I was playing on highway lots, so a lot of the kills were kind of hard, but after struggling for 41 kills, I was able to get to rank 7, which is the G36C. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail about the G36C because literally it is just the G36 except a PDW and just everything is worse about it. All my other talking points still stand about the G36K to the G36C except just a lot worse, especially the fact that it's a 6-shot kill at long ranges. There was nothing too crazy memorable about this besides the fact that I got 45 kills with this somehow, but nothing could prepare me for the next gun at rank 8. Enter the M1911A1. Now, to say I hated this gun is an understatement. I really, every bone of my body just made me hate this gun because this gun was impossible to use. At least with the MP4112 Rex, there was some value in getting headshots with this thing. However, the recoil pattern on this gun, it's just not it. For a pistol, this gun is very inaccurate at close ranges. And this is by far the hardest gun I had to use so far, and it's only gonna get worse from here. But once again, who is this made for? I've never seen in the history of anybody playing Phantom Forces go like, oh yeah, I want to use the M1911A1 when you can easily use the M9 or the Glock 17. This gun did do reasonably good damage at close range, doing 48 damage up to 60 studs, and with a torso multiplier of 1.15, meaning that this was a 2-hit kill at close range, but it really just came down to the fact that the second shot accuracy was just so bad. If you think you're landing your second shot, well yeah, bro, you're cooked. And it also didn't help the fact that I was on Containers of Fun, and I was reminded on why I quit this game in the first place. On my way out during Phantom Forces, it had a special update where it added a bunch of different grenades and basically made grenades absolutely overpowered. And for whatever odd reason, every single person in this lobby was throwing grenades. And if you don't believe me, just take a listen to how many explosions there are while I'm trying to fight for my damn life. because there's nothing better than dying to something that, one, you can't hear, two, you can hardly see, and three, that you can spam a million times. But 43 grueling kills later, I was able to get off of it, and it was like sunshine and rainbows because our next gun was the MP7. And I had so much fun with this gun. I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I felt like Rock Lee when he took off the weights off his legs. Because the second I got off that weapon and went to the MP7, I started just absolutely shredding the entire lobby. It was feed after feed after feed. It was so amazing. And to be fair, the MP7 is a pretty fun gun to use, especially if you have a loudener on it. Unfortunately, I'm poor. I can't afford that. But overall, it was a pretty fun gun, and 60 kills came and went, and before I knew it, I was on rank 10, which means we are at the stopping point for this first video. I will do another episode if this video does exceptionally well. Now, if this video bombs and, you know, nobody wants to see this, well, I guess you'll never see another Phantom Forces video from me. But if this does well and the people do like it, then maybe, just maybe, we will get all the way to rank 100. But that's it from me. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of this, please let me know down in the comments. And also tell me your experience, what it was like ranking up for your first 10 levels. Anyways, guys, hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.